What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wealth Not Weight. I'm your host, as always, Joseph Coizza, and today we're doing a story time on this Motivational Monday, in which case I almost became an Olympic runner. Yeah. So, before we get into it, I want to make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I really appreciate it, and it shows me that you guys are liking the videos I'm doing, so I'll do more of them. Story time, it's a new one, telling some stories during the time, so I mean, who knows? If you guys like it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll keep doing them. So yeah. So into the story. So this was probably about 5 years ago, and this was when I was a lot heavier, and I was working still at the restaurant. We went and we ran out of milk at the restaurant for like kids' drinks and stuff. So they sent me to the store to get milk, and on the way back, I see, this is back when the Starbucks was on the corner near us, I see this hipster-looking gentleman. He's sitting there sipping his mochaccino, whatever he was drinking, and he's just kind of looking at me. And I was like, okay, I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm walking back to the restaurant to drop off the milk, and all of a sudden he like starts waving at me. So I think he's like a customer from the restaurant, and he recognizes me from there, and I was like, oh, hey, and I wave at him, and then he starts taking his earbuds out, and like he's going to say something. So, like an idiot, I stop, and I'm looking this guy in the eye, and he has like this ponytail, he has glasses, a kind of scraggly looking goatee beard, and he, the black t-shirt all thinned and, nothing. So, he's a typical hipster looking fella. So, he's sitting there, and he goes, dude, you walk like a cheetah. So right away I knew that was going to be great. So right away I knew this was going to be a great story. So for those of you who don't know, the way I have walked for basically my whole life, ever since I was 2, it's been a habit. It's not like I was born with this or it was just a habit that I'm actively trying to correct. But this is even still, I work then. Instead of walking, say, here's your heel, here's your toes, I walk like this. So heel up. So I walk kind of like tippy-toed everywhere I go. So the dude looks at me, he stops me, and I'm a big, heavy kid. He goes, dude, you run like a cheetah. And I was like, okay. So immediately I stopped, and I was like, I don't care what I'm doing at this moment in time. Now you have my full attention. I was like, now you have my focus. So I was like, what? So he goes, yeah, you run like a cheetah. He goes, the way your heel's up. He's like, is that like something you were born? I went into the whole story. No, it's been a habit ever since I was 2. The typical story I get from a lot of people. And he goes, that's special. He goes, you ever thought about running? I was like, I've thought about running. I've run all the time. That's like, no. He's like, no, like sports. And I was like a track? He goes, no, Olympic running. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy smoking? I was like, I'm a 300-pound, 16-year-old kid, and this motherfucker's over here trying to tell me to do Olympic running when I'm like this because he thinks I run like a cheetah? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you'd be great for running. He goes, I'm a good swimmer. See, look at my thumbs. My thumbs are good for swimming. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the thumbs are good for swimming. You can go along. I don't know anything about swimming, but I'm pretty sure your thumbs don't really play a big part of that. So he goes, yeah. He goes, but you? He goes, you're running. He goes, cheetah. And I was like, yep. So he starts talking about it. He's like, yeah, I could train you because I want a red dime for you. That's like the typical BS pyramid scheme type of speech. I don't want any money from you. This, that. We could train you. And he goes on about how like he trains all these other kids. And I was like, how many unfit parents are leaving their children with this man? This man's like, all right, so here's my name. He goes, and we'll call, for the sake of it, we'll call him like Jazz. The dude's name was Jazz. Like the musical instrument type, not the musical instrument, like the musical type Jazz, because he was kind of like a hipster. He's like, I'm Jazz. There you go. That's what we'll call him. So he's Jazz, and he's just, yeah, I'm Jazz, and I teach all these other kids for the Olympics, and I was almost a swimmer back in my youth. He goes, but now, he goes, I got tired and I sprained my shoulder, whatever bullshit excuse he was explaining of why we never heard of him and why he wasn't a gold medal swimmer and Michael Phelps was a thing at the time. So he said, you'd be running. He goes, we could, trim you down. He goes, we could start running. He goes, you could get the exercise. He goes, and me and my group, he goes, sometimes I get a bunch of guys together. He goes, we just fight. And I was like, what the? He's like, yeah, we play video games and fish and, we'll talk and hang out. He goes, we'll drink. He goes, I know you're a little young for that. You don't have to do that. He goes, we can all fight. We can all do stuff. He goes, and hang out. And I was like, the fuck? He was very quickly turning from like a pyramid scheme into almost like some sort of child abduction type thing. Like I had to look behind me and I'm like, there's no white van pulling up. Right? And like we told mom and dad this story. They're looking at me like, did we tell you not to talk to strangers? And I was like, I'm 300 pounds. What are they going to do? Bring up 6 of them? 6 of them are going to lift me up and put me in a white van? Okay. Yeah, you're outside of a Starbucks. Yeah, you let me know that's going to happen. So I'm just sitting there talking to this guy. I was like, this guy sounds kind of weird. Already I knew it was kind of weird, but after he told me I run like a cheetah, I'm like, I'm interested at this point. My milk is sitting here very much defrosting and decooling and heating up in the Florida sun. and it's not great. But you know what? This is what I'm doing now. So I was like, I'm talking to this crazy gentleman. So he's like, yeah, you could be an Olympic runner. And he just went on this whole long story. He's like, yeah, you don't want to be working, at the restaurant this whole life. I didn't tell him I owned it. I told him I just worked there. He's like, you want to be doing that your whole life? You want to be making some real money, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, Olympians make real money. And he's sitting there going on and on. He goes, yeah, take my card. I've since lost his card. Otherwise, I would love to have shown you guys. But it was like something, his friend's card, he wrote his name on the back of. It was like Mike whatever. And then it's like, painting. And then on the back, he's like, Jazz. And then put his fucking phone number. And he has he commented one of his friend's cards to hand to me. That's some weird shit. So, yeah. So we're like, okay, Jazz. So he's like, yeah, you can be an Olympian. I could train you. And he goes, you could run. He goes, you can be an Olympic runner. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give it some thought. And after 20 minutes of us going back and forth talking about being like, you can be a gold medal Olympian. I was like, all right, yeah, I'll see. He's like, all right, yeah, man, call me. He goes, we'll get you started. He goes, it'll be great. So this guy, I walked back to the restaurant. Of course, mom and dad are like, where the fuck did you go? That took you 30 minutes to walk to the store around the corner? I was like, let me tell you some shit. So I proceeded to tell them how I met my new best friend Jazz, and he wanted to train me to be an Olympic runner because I ran like a cheetah. So yeah, so that's how that story went. And I since told that everybody's like, you should have just walked away. What the? And I don't know what that guy was smoking, but he needed to share with the rest of us. Okay, but so I mean, this dude was out there. But the moral of the story on Motivational Monday is this: if some random crazy bastard can one day believe that a 300-pound 16-year-old who walks kind of odd can be an Olympic runner and win, he was saying go for gold, a gold medal Olympic runner, then why the fuck can't you believe in yourself? That's what I learned since then. I was like, some crazy bastard could conceive some sort of future on whatever he was smoking or whatever he was drinking or whatever the hell fuck was in that Starbucks coffee. Okay, if whatever he was figuring out, he felt that I could do that, then why can't I just believe in myself and believe that, you know what, if I really wanted to be an Olympic runner, I could do it. I don't have a desire to do it. If I did, it would be cool, but I don't want to train my whole life to be an Olympic runner because that's not where my passion lies. But my passion lies elsewhere. Why can't you believe in yourself? Because I guarantee you there's some crazy motherfucker out there who believes in you, going to do some shit that you probably never are going to do. I'm probably never going to be an Olympic runner. I mean, it would be cool, again, if I did. You saying you want to race, I'll go for it. But if some crazy bastard can believe in me, why can't I believe in myself? That's kind of the moral of the story, is if somebody else can believe in you, why can't you believe in yourself? Believe that you can go for the gold and you'll reach everything. You'll break barriers and you will reach all the goals you have, so long as you believe in yourself and you go for that gold. That's my moral of the story about, that's the moral of the crazy jazz man who wanted to turn 300-pound me into an Olympic gold medalist runner. So that's kind of the moral of that story. Believe in yourself, and just things will work out great as long as you're willing to put in the hard work and you continue to believe in yourself. Otherwise, there's some crazy guy out there who does believe in you. That's going to be it, guys. If you like this episode of Motivational Monday and you love my story time, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out more videos, and maybe I'll keep doing this. I have a lot more crazy stories to go aside from the crazy gentleman who told me I ran like a cheetah. And I'll catch you guys next time.